Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and we got some brand new class changes announced for the next upcoming reset, with the more popular specs like Guardian Druid and Augmentation Evoker receiving new nerfs in this update, along with more tank buffs and various other class improvements. This week also features even more PvP specific changes, with some classes gaining additional damage and even talent improvements, while certain overrepresented playstyles are being toned down a notch. This patch 10.15 update features a ton of new class changes, so I want to dive right in as soon as possible. But right before we get into this class update, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do, so let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you want to get more regular content regarding all of the newest Dragonflight updates and changes going forward. A few of the tank specs are seeing quite a bit of an improvement in this update, starting with the spec of Blood Death Knight, which is set to gain up to 10% additional ability damage during the next weekly reset. This 10% accounts only towards the Blood DK's basic attacks, excluding auto attacks and trinket procs, but it is still a sizable increase which helps bridge the gap between the tanking playstyles. Next, the current reigning champion of Mythic Plus dungeons, the Guardian Druid, is seeing a slight reduction in this build, where Ursoc's Fury absorb effect from Thrash and Maul is being reduced by 10% of ability damage. In patch 10.15, Thrash gained an updated version of Flashing Claws, which causes it to build additional bleed stacks, resulting in increased survivability in AoE situations. Raise, which used to replace Maul, still counts as Maul when it comes to all bear talent interactions. Raise deals significant damage in AoE encounters and helps contribute significantly towards the Ursoc's combat shielding. That being said, this nerf will be unlikely to dethrone Guardian Druids. Bear Druids will likely retain their position as the #1 tanking spec when it comes to high-end Mythic Plus dungeons, but the gap between them and other tanks will shrink ever so slightly. The newest spec of Augmentation Evoker has proven to be quite powerful within dungeons, maybe a little bit too powerful. This week, its effectiveness in 5-man content is being adjusted, trading some of the group-wide benefits for personal damage output. Close as Clutch Mates causes Ebon Might and Breath of Eons to be a lot more effective in small group sizes. This passive's effectiveness is being reduced by half in this next reset. Ebon Might will instead empower the Evoker's personal damage by 20%, with abilities such as Eruption grown 40% more powerful. Fate's Mirror proc effect on allies is being reduced down to 15% proc rate, and the Aspect's Favor health increase maximum value is now capped at 10%, bringing down some of the group's overall survivability. Overall, these changes will not be enough to stop the Augmentation Evokers from dominating within the meta, and in fact may even improve the overall performance in big group content like Dragonflight raids. So while this is a nerf to the Augmentation Evoker, it shouldn't stop them from being a popular pick when it comes to Mythic Plus content. The class of Hunter is set to make even more improvements with the next reset, with Beast Mastery gaining additional damage buffs when it comes to their single target encounters, such as Barb Shot, Cobra Shot, and Kill Shot, all improved by 15%. Marksmanship's cleave damage is seeing further improvements, with the Trick Shot of Aim Shot and Rapid Fire ricochet damage becoming 10% more deadly. Survival Hunter also makes additional gains, with single target spells like Mongoose Bite and Raptor Strike, Flank and Strike, and Kill Command gaining between 5 and 10% additional damage. The class of Monk has been recently improved with the release of the patch 10.15. The widely used Ring of the Onyx Amulet saw its elemental gems greatly reduced, though many of the classes reliant on this powerful ring saw a trade-off where their damage has been greatly compensated. Brewmaster was among those few which was super reliant on the ring, and henceforth gained massive damage buffs and even talent changes to help him keep their competitive edge. Though it seems that Brewmaster has grown slightly stronger than expected, with abilities like Spinning Crane Kick and Keg Smash set to gain additional reductions this reset. Though early numbers suggest that these two nerfs aren't as detrimental as some may think. Proper uses of Spinning Crane Kick, especially when talented into Press the Advantage, means that this nerf will feel less impactful, and the reduction to Keg Smash is quite small, where most players may not even notice its impact. Though unlike Brewmaster, the spec of Windwalker is seeing damage increases, with abilities such as Rising Sun Kick, Fists of Fury, Blackout Kick increased by 10%, while Tiger Palm is increased by 15% instead. Next, the tank and spec of Protection Paladin is getting another increase, with its combat abilities further improved by 8%. Next, we have the class of Priest, starting with Discipline, where we see their newest added talent of Luminous Barrier. See its absorption effect become 30% stronger, to make it more competitive against Power Word Barrier. Then we have the spec of Shadow, which has seen quite a notable adjustment. The primary AoE mechanic of Psychic Link, which allows them to cleave all targets afflicted by Vampiric Touch, is seeing a reduction in this reset, with the cleave damage reduced by 15% of the original damage value. However, most of their single target ability damage has seen a massive improvement, with their entire kit increased roughly by 12%. Altogether, this results in a roughly 8% single target damage improvement, which is a nice buff all things considered. And the AoE damage is only reduced by roughly 3% in Mythic Plus content, which is an interesting trade-off which changes their damage profile. When it comes to Shamans, the healing spec of Restoration has had its output improved by 5%, and will now benefit from a greater healing range when using the talent of Ascendance. The final tank to see its blades sharpened is the Protection Warrior, with its base attacks further improved by 7%. This week also features even more PvP specific changes, which adjust how your favorite classes will perform in content like Open World War Mode PvP, Battlegrounds, as well as rated arenas. Starting off, we have the Balance Druid, who has been able to make some serious gains since the release of the patch 10.15. This reset adjusts their damage down a bit, with all phases of the new moon, half moon, and full moon reduced by 20%. Alkan Adept's casting speed is further reduced to 10%. Highwind's damage reduction effect and its duration has basically been halved, and the Umbral Embrace damage amplifier is reduced by 5% within PvP. Evokers are seeing adjustments to offset the recent Mythic Dungeon changes, which will impact their performance within PvP, where we see reductions to Ebon Might, Eruption, and Upheaval, since their personal damage performance is seeing quite an improvement. We also see their healing effects further reduced by 10%, as well as the shielding provided by Molten Blood reduced by 30% in PvP. Beast Mastery makes a small gain within PvP content, with its Barb Shot bleed damage further increased by 10%. Mages are seeing a slew of new PvP changes, starting with the class PvP talent of Master Shepherd, where polymorphing a nearby target will further increase your versatility by 12%, encouraging a control-focused playstyle. Next, we have Arcane Mages, which are known for their high-end burst capabilities, though their sustained damage could use a bit of an improvement. This is why we're seeing buffs to arcane talents such as Arcanosphere further improved by 25%. The damage of arcane missiles is further increased by 7%. Arcane Orb becomes 30% more potent, and the dot damage of Nether Tempest is buffed by 150% within PvP. The spec of Fire also sees additional damage improvements to help make him a bit more competitive, with Pyroblast, Fire Blast, and Phoenix Flames seeing some marginal improvements, while Living Bomb sees a 300% damage increase to make it more viable within PvP. Frost Mage's recent rework has left Ray of Frost feeling a bit too oppressive, so his damage is being slightly reduced. Casting Frostbolts isn't nearly as satisfying, so the damage of Frostbolts is being improved by 50% to make him worth the cast time. Finally, Snowdrift's stun activation time has been reduced to 2 seconds, making this crowd control stunning effect much easier to execute. Up next, we have the class of Priest, where we see some survivability reductions, with the talent of Angel's Mercy cooldown reduction becoming only 25% effective within PvP, which is going to make an impact on all 3 Priest playstyles. Shadow Priest's ability to steal haste from their foes is also being reduced, capable of siphoning only 2% haste at a time, with the talent of Mind Trauma stacking up to a maximum of 9 times. Shadow Priest's self-healing with Darkness Comes Light is also being reduced by roughly half within PvP. Shaman's Dispel Protection for Flame Shock isn't as punishing as it should be, so its backsplash damage is being further improved by 40%. And the Restoration Shaman's mana regeneration within PvP is slightly toned down at maximum level. Finally, we have the class of Warrior, starting with a global change which improves the use of Slam for both arms and Fury. Arms Warrior's talent of Unhinged has proven to be potent yet unpredictable. Arms Warriors are getting more consistent damage transferred to the Blade Storm, Overpower, and Mortal Strike, while Unhinged sees some value reductions. Certain Fury Warrior abilities aren't performing up to par. Therefore, we see their execute damage improve by 15%. Onslaught talent has also been buffed by 15, and Ravager damage has been increased by 30% within PvP. I want to thank all of you so much for watching this video and hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single video and live stream, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video or hang out with the rest of the community to discuss some of the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.